If you just use all of that, we don't need natural gas anymore. Countries where gas is incredibly expensive, it makes 100% sense.
The project was about utilization of this coffee waste for the production of some important products like mushroom and biomass specifically. Now, if you see biomass, there is a lot of agricultural products happening here in Ethiopia. All these products are like generating a lot of waste, lignocellulosic waste, you can say, and other organic wastes, which can be changed into something important.
It is such an open country. Honestly, I love it.
The environment to reduce the carbon emission, the pollution.
So when you say coffee waste, what do you refer to?
So coffee can grow without forest.
Okay,
The production is the yield is actually better than the whole one. We are coming with a huge amount of production.
The Trillion Trees podcast hosted by Saad Allahwala. Join the movement. 1 trillion trees by 2030. Tune in for inspiring stories, groundbreaking ideas, and real solutions to tackle climate change. Listen to it. Watch every Saturday, 4 p.m. Make an impact now.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another podcast. Today is really special because I'm with a friend all the way on a new, different continent I'd never been on before. And surprisingly, I'm in his lab. I'll give a bit introduction. Today I'm with Alene. And in his lab where there's so much happening, I really want him to tell more about it because I don't think I'll be doing justice to all the amazing things you're doing. And, for me personally, the best introduction is that he's a very good friend of mine. But secondly, we're also collaborating with Trillion Trees. And, again, there's so much happening. But the whole purpose of today's podcast is to learn about what's happening in Ethiopia, what is Alene working on, and what are some prospects and opportunities we see in this country, and definitely sharing on what we'll be working on as well. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for hosting so many times while I'm here in Addis. Such a beautiful city. It doesn't feel like all the other African countries I've been to. It feels very humble and a lot more humble. Just so much culture, and oh my God, the food is just amazing. I can't tell you enough about it. It's just amazing. But yes, thank you so much for hosting, Jin, first of all.
Thank you very much.
I'd love to hear more about you first. And when I say about you, it's more about where were you born and how were you brought up? How did you end up here?
Okay. Thank you very much, Saad. I'm really happy to meet you here in Addis. Actually, welcome to Ethiopia. I know you already mentioned about Ethiopia. There are so many cultures actually which are not mentioned and which you didn't see yet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so at least you saw the capital city is the hub of Africa, and it's also hub of the world. Actually, many international events are happening in Addis. So welcome to Addis again. I'm really happy. Yes. So my name is Alene. So I'm working here in Addis Ababa University, and I'm consulting some industries. I grew up in rural area. My families are farmers. So I have 8 siblings. I grew up there in a rural area. I went to school at early age actually, around 6 or something like that. Then
usually people don't go to school at 6.
Not usually, especially in rural area. It's not now. During our time, now it's now because the education is totally expanded now. During our time, it was not that much usual to go to school early.
What about all your other siblings? Did they also go to school?
Now they are going to school at early age. At that time, was not.
But your siblings?
My siblings, actually, most of them went to school. Then they just stopped learning after like 6 or something like that. So
really?
Except my youngers. My youngers, so that they finished the university and now they're working. So, but my elders are not that much. So they're living their life actually.
Like, when you say living their life, what is something that they'd be doing?
They're married still. Some of them are living in city and town, but most of them are living in rural area again. Just they're farmers.
And they're working farming.
Yeah, farming. Most of Ethiopian population is
in agriculture.
Even it's agriculture, and most of the people are living in rural area also. They're not in
which was really surprising for me because you see this trend everywhere. I've traveled to a few countries, but wherever I've seen is that majority of the population is now concentrated in the big cities.
Yeah.
Here, it's not that much.
It's not. Yeah.
I don't think even 50% of the population lives in urban cities.
Not totally. Around maybe 30% or 35%.
No way.
If I'm mistaken, I don't know the exact picture actually, but like around 70 to 75% of the population is living in rural area.
Wow.
The city is like very small amount.
It's very different demographics to working in.
Yes. So that's why Ethiopia is totally dependent on agriculture. So now we are also expanding the agricultures, actually not the traditional one, but we are coming to advanced technologies.
That is amazing.
To expand the agriculture.
And I've seen some of it and it's just phenomenal.
Yeah.
Especially what you guys are doing here and actually working on local problems. It's really inspiring to see.
Yeah. So, then I'm here, I joined Addis Ababa University for my bachelor. I completed my bachelor here in Addis Ababa University. I just joined Addis Ababa University for work also as a research assistant for one of the biggest projects known as Bioinnovate.
Bioinnovate?
Bioinnovate project. It was conducted between 3 countries actually, East African countries, Tanzania, Ethiopia, and Kenya. Then the project was about utilization of this coffee waste for the production of some important products like mushroom and biogas specifically.
So when you say coffee waste, what do you refer to?
Yeah, there are coffee wastes can be coffee husk, coffee pulp, coffee parchment, mucilage, and also wastewater. So these are all the coffee wastes.
Wastewater.
But that project was specifically on coffee husk and pulp, not the others. In some cases it was the mucilage, but not that much.
What's mucilage?
Mucilage it's the waste, the coffee waste. It's a little bit, after there is an external part of the coffee berry, red cherry. Actually, it's called red cherry. Then when you remove that, you will get some mucilage, like watery thing. It is stingy, but that's still it contains a lot of phenolic compounds and other materials. It's not just a hard part of the coffee, but it's the smooth part. It's a watery plus the solid part. When you dry it, it becomes solid actually. So it has a lot of moisture.
And what does it do? Is there any use cases for it?
The biomass is very small amount.
Oh, okay.
So you cannot produce anything in large quantity. So you can get a small amount of mucilage, but you can produce, for example, packaging film, for example, and you can produce also biogas. The potential is high, but since the biomass is very small amount, you cannot produce that much.
Okay.
So, but for the packaging products and for the film products, that's good.
Really?
Yeah, that's it. So the other parts are very important, and the amount is high. You can get high quantity of coffee husk, coffee pulp, and parchment also. And water is a lot.
So water goes into polishing or what? Washing?
So, most of these coffee processing sites do not have this wastewater treatment.
So they're not recycling.
That's why we are going and collaborating and innovating new things to treat these all wastes. And after it is being treated, you can just drain it to the river, or you can even use it in circular way. For example, you can
reuse
irrigation, for irrigation, for washing, even for toilet, for bathroom, you can use it. So, and you can mix it with the pulp, the wastewater and pulp can be mixed together, and you can also produce biogas. For example, coffee husk is dry. It's a dry part of the waste. Then you can mix it with water and you can produce biogas. And also, like, if you treat, actually, you can use for many purposes.
Awesome. I know it's a little unrelated, but you've taught me so much about coffee over the past few days. Teach me how, like, maybe just because you're working so much on coffee. I want to learn what the whole supply chain, the whole cycle of coffee from a coffee plant, what happens that you can actually collect coffee and then until the amazing cup of coffee that I have over here. I've been having like 5 cups a day. It's so phenomenal. Like the whole, can you like quickly tell me about it?
Yeah, like Ethiopian's origin of coffee. That's the coffee by its name is like, it's founded from the place known as Kaffa. Kaffa is the place where the coffee is founded. There is a full history actually. Then the process, when I come to the process, it's you plant a coffee. Actually, coffee needs this forest because it's like a mixed plantation.
Really?
Yeah. So it needs shade or something like that. Unless it will not grow. But now the government actually brought, I think there is this breeding system, coffee breeding. So coffee can grow without forest. So Ethiopia can able to grow coffee without forest now.
But
even the production is very high.
Is that a different species of coffee?
It's breeded one. It's Ethiopian breeded.
It's in Ethiopia.
Yeah.
So it's hybrid.
Yes, it's hybrid part. So now it's growing in open area without forest.
Wow.
And the production is the yield is actually better than the former one. So we are coming with a huge amount of production. So then after that you will collect coffee berries. So when there is a bean, when it's ripened, then you will collect. So there.
So like beans grow directly, or is there a bud?
So the human power, like it's a labor intensive. So
no, but like on the tree, is there like, so I know cacao has this whole bud.
Yes.
Is it similar to coffee?
Yes, it is the same. So the coffees also have the small beans, but with the cherry, it's called red cherry. It's a red cherry. Okay. Then you collect that red cherry when it becomes red, not with the green. Okay. So the ripening of the seed is, it becomes green first. Then when it ripens, it becomes red. That's called red cherry. Then the red cherry will be collected by human power. So a lot of laborers are like there. A lot of laborers are contributing on collecting the red cherry. Then after that, there is this coffee processing. 2 types of coffee processing are happening. One is wet coffee processing. The other one is dry coffee processing. Wet coffee processing is just you bring a red cherry, you put inside there is this baling machine. The baling machine separates the pulp, the cover of the beans, and the green bean. That's a green bean is the coffee, coffee bean. The red cherry is the external part, which is called pulp.
The pulp?
Yes.
Okay.
It contains both the mucilage, some part of mucilage, and the external part, the shell. That's called pulp. Now, after this green bean is found, then it will dry. They just put on the bed and it dries. Then that's called the export standard, it's specialty coffee. And it comes to Addis from the processing sites where the coffee is growing. Then here, they will separate the parchment. Now the parchment comes together with the green bean.
The parchment is like the layer over
the
brown
bean.
Layer, right?
Yeah. The brown layer. Yeah, that's it. Then they will separate the parchment. The parchment is full of lignin, by the way. It's not like, it doesn't have any carb. So it's full of lignin. Then you can use it for briquette. You can use it for pellet, for the cooking or like.
So it's biomass.
Yes. And people are using it for.
What about the dry beans processing? How does that work?
Then now the second part is called dry processing.
Yeah.
The dry processing is, when you see the beans on the tree of the coffee, then it dries by itself. And sometimes they also collect the red cherry, then they just dry on the bed without baling it, without dehaling. So it's called dehaling, not baling actually. So dehaling means it's separating the red cherry from the green bean. Yeah. Now, the dry processing is just they dry this red cherry, they collect red cherry, they dry it on the bed. After it dries, it's called, there is also a machine which crushes just to separate the coffee husk from the green bean. Now the difference is this the dry processing separates the husk is like the whole waste. It contains mucilage, it contains the parchment, it contains also the pulp. Now the bean is alone. During the dry process, you can get the bean alone. There is no parchment together.
Oh, isn't that better?
Yeah, it's better, but the drying time and it takes.
So
the machine is
processing
also
time is
expensive.
larger.
This one is expensive than that one actually. So.
But
They
it was
use
cheaper.
balls.
Like when we went yesterday, the dry one was cheaper.
Yeah, it's cheaper, but the quality also differs.
Oh, okay.
That one is like the high quality. That specialty coffee is mostly processed with wet process.
Okay.
Yeah. So the foreign investors, they directly come and buy from the processing sites, and that's how the market is going. Now, supply chain is there, so people sell it.
Yeah. So there's demand. So of course,
The demand now is also it's expanding inside the country also. Before it wasn't like this. Before you were not even getting the specialty coffee. You just get like the second, third level or like the grade of the coffee. All the first grade coffee was exported. Now everyone is using inside the country. Even yesterday you got it, right?
Yeah, like we bought so much coffee.
Cages. That's the specialty #1 grade, which is exported under.
Awesome. So you're a biomass guy. You've been, that's how we connected, and that's what you are also working on. You're also working on coffee waste to be used in many ways, which is, I think, what your PhD is also all about,
Yes.
right? And we're sitting in the mushroom lab. There's 3 things happening. Tell me how they're interconnected, and what is the opportunity through which you're motivated to be working on these things?
Yeah, thank you very much. Actually, I am into biomass. I'm like a biomass guy, I can say. Like my mind always thinks to valorize some biomasses into some products. So that's why I joined environmental engineering to study my PhD. Now I'm studying my PhD in a sandwich form in Belgium and here in Admas University. So now my project already is set. So my PhD study is on valorizing coffee waste. Now, if you see biomass, there is a lot of agricultural products happening here in Ethiopia. As I mentioned before, like Ethiopia is like most of the income is like agricultural products, and coffee is one of the best, and others I can mention. So all these products are like generating a lot of waste, lignocellulosic waste, you can say, and other organic wastes, which can be changed into something important. So I can say now all the wastes, they are biomasses. So we have to change this biomass into something important. Like we are generating a lot, but a lot of innovation in like valorizing not happening. I know in research base, there are a lot of things happening, but it's not really in a community basis.
Yeah.
So now when it comes to biomass, specifically, I can say agricultural waste, for example, wheat straw, sugar bagasse. If you go to sugar industry, you can get a lot of bagasse, and coffee waste is another thing that I mentioned before. And straw, all the agricultural crops straw, you can get that. Then organic wastes I can include here also, because every household, institution, and all the hotels, restaurants, and everyone is producing organic waste. Actually, the production of organic waste, I think in every country is like around 67 to 70%.
Yeah.
So what's going to be here? Like we have to change all these things into something. Now, I am specializing myself into connecting, like bringing all these biomasses, growing a mushroom, producing a biogas, producing biofertilizer, producing also some pellets. Pellets can be for the energy purpose and for the livestock feed also. For example, if you see like straws or other even coffee wastes, we can produce a pellet, bricks, and something like that. So now, if you see the mushroom can grow by using any straw product, like agricultural wastes, and even coffee husks, and bagasse also. Then, what will happen after mushroom is grown? That's also another waste. That's called mushroom spent, which is very important to use it for agricultural purpose as biofertilizer, or you can also produce a biogas. So that it already finished the hydrolysis part of the biogas. Now you can directly go to the methanogenesis process. Now, the spent after a mushroom is a good substrate for biogas production. Then you are producing energy. There is also leftover after you produce energy as a biogas form, as a methane form. That's called bioslurry. This is a process. Now, bioslurry is also the most important part of biofertilizer, which is actually easily available. Nitrogen is found. Phosphorus, you can get a lot of like easily available nutrients for the soil. So you can use directly. You can just sell it in a liquid form, or you can just dry it and you can sell it in a solid form. Or you can mix it with other organic wastes.
Yeah.
For example, as I mentioned before, 67% of organic waste is generated from everywhere. Then you can mix it with the bioslurry. The bioslurry makes these organic fertilizers to compost easily. It will not take long time.
Absolutely.
Yes, this one is like a good seed,
Slurry
like
is
inoculant.
way better for
yes, it's an
compost.
inoculant. So
It's like a liquid compost, right?
Yes, it's a liquid compost. So it facilitates, like, because it contains a lot of microbes inside, which facilitates the composting. And you can also some effective microbes together, then you'll produce a best biofertilizer and you can sell it. Now it becomes circular. And circular economy comes here.
So I've always, whenever we talk about biogas, we're talking about selling the slurry. And slurry is a competition for, do you guys have fertilizer here? Like general nitrogen fertilizer? You don't?
No, yeah.
But you know the components, right? You know how it works and what kind of ingredients are in
We're
there.
using DAP and urea.
Urea. You have urea, right?
Containing. We're not producing, we're importing.
Yeah, but you guys use it.
Yes.
So you know the nutrition value of new urea. If I talk about bioslurry, in like a very general bioslurry where you are using some cow waste, you are also using like some organic waste, which you are, which I'll get to later on how you guys are doing it. What's missing in it that would compete fairly or better than urea in the market?
Thank you. The problem is urea and DAP, they're like chemical fertilizers.
Yeah.
So chemical fertilizers kill the soil.
Absolutely.
So that's how like everyone has to set their mind to change their thinking from chemical fertilizer to biofertilizer.
So I completely agree on how it's bad and it's good, and then on an environmental basis, on a like livelihood basis, yes, long term people don't think long term. People want results now, right?
That's a problem. Yeah.
No, so looking at that problem as an opportunity, what I'm asking is, if I want to use bioslurry as a very good replacement, immediate replacement of urea, what kind of ingredients are missing in the bioslurry compared to urea for that specific 1 year if you're looking at 1 year short span of that crop?
Thank you very much. I can say here, nothing is missing in bioslurry, frankly speaking, except maybe phosphorus or potassium.
So what if I can add phosphorus and potassium into it?
It should not be in a chemical way. You can just mix it with the other ingredients, like which contains potassium and phosphorus.
So what are some things that would have it, like organically?
Actually organic waste, most of organic wastes can have it.
Really?
Yeah. Potassium, for example, you can get it from banana
waste,
peels.
Banana, right?
Yeah.
What about banana tree? have you studied banana tree yet?
A lot, actually.
Really?
We have also a lot of false banana, by the way.
Which banana?
Yes.
False
banana.
What's false?
That's called insult.
Huh? Insult?
It's insult. Actually, that's another history. We'll come in.
Ah.
But it has...
The false banana, which is the wild banana.
It's a wild banana.
But you don't eat it, right? But it's there.
Okay. There is one huge traditional food produced from this false banana called kocho.
Mm-hmm.
So kocho is like a fermented traditional food.
It's what, fermented?
It's fermented. Actually, it has its own long process.
Ah.
So it's made by like traditional people, and now it's coming modern. So you can get in every cultural places actually. When you eat, for example, kitfo, the one that you tried yesterday.
Yeah.
So they serve with this kocho. It's baked bread. It looks like baked bread, and it's made from a fermented false banana. Then it's made. It has its own process actually. Specifically, they use the steam part and the root part of this false banana.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh. So they use the tree rather than just the fruit.
The steam one.
Oh.
Rather than the fruit. They don't use
the fruit is not something.
False banana is not edible actually.
But the tree, the stem containing so much water. I'll actually tell you. So remember I told you the first project I worked on was biogas, and then I didn't end up doing it. But after that I worked on banana because my family's business is paper, and I was always exhausted or like asking this question that why aren't you making paper in Pakistan? We have so much consumption. 250 million people, 220 back then. And then I was exposed to this huge biomass that was getting wasted every year of banana production in Pakistan. No, banana trees.
Trees, okay.
So in Pakistan, we have 400,000 hectares of banana tree.
Wow.
That's huge. And if I tell you, every year, they cut down the tree because it grows again.
Okay.
And you know the amount of water that's in there. There's 95% water.
Water, yeah, it's full of water.
So every year they cut it, they throw it on the side of the road.
Oh.
It drains all the water that gets wasted. So all that starch and all that amazing liquids in the tree are wasted.
Wow.
And then they burn it.
That's also another disaster for the
environment. 400,000.
That's a huge amount.
So I actually made paper from that.
Wow.
Yeah. So I saw this YouTube
You're
video.
doing it now?
No.
You use it?
I made it.
Okay, you made it.
So
okay.
I have I have paper in my house which is made from banana tree, banana stem. I use a lot of caustic soda to kill some chemicals in the pulp.
Yes.
And then I just put it on the floor, the pulp, and then it just made paper.
Yeah, that's it.
Then I made stencils and like a lot of stuff. But this was like a 6 months project. I ended up working back with my family again, and then this project also got shelved. But the amount of banana pulp, like banana stem and all that starch and all that potassium and so many ingredients that are in that water are there is crazy. And just using that maybe but now they're using it, the stems, they dry the stems, so waste water still. But then they take out the fibers out of it, and then that's used for clothes.
The fiber is best for clothes.
Because it's like very strong.
Yeah.
But again, this is just something which was on my mind, which I thought I should share. But if I could add that as potassium, that water. And what else can I add? What else is
missing? The other important thing is phosphorus.
Phosphorus. So what is the source of phosphorus, the organic phosphorus?
Phosphorus can be found mostly in like this. It's found in ash organic wastes. Like if you see the ash content of some organic wastes.
Like what?
If you burn something,
if I burn anything, it has phosphorus in it. So if I mix biochar,
phosphorus. Yeah.
So if I mix biochar in the fertilizer,
but it has to be ash.
Yeah, biochar is for ash.
Yeah, biochar is like a carbon actually. It's a carbon.
Oh yeah, it is carbon. So what if I burn stuff?
If you burning is not good also.
I mean, I can capture the smoke as well.
Yeah.
Like contained burning.
That's if you had chimney to control it, that's also possible. And Actually, there are many organic wastes which contains phosphorus. Then you can mix together.
So, because what I'm trying to find out is the chemical fertilizer industry is hundreds of billions of dollars industry globally. And I remember we were having a conversation with your friend of the amount of biomass we have globally, including the existing biomass that's going to landfills, but also the animal waste. If you just use all of that, we don't need natural gas anymore.
Yeah.
Right? This is the source of natural gas that we need.
Sure.
And I think the investment in this is actually lower, similar to the one for natural gas, oil fields and all.
Even like lower than that.
They're probably lower,
Yeah.
because it can be distributed.
Yeah.
So if we just look at how we can actually make this profitable, and because globally there's no huge company doing this where they're selling slurry and they're also making gas.
No, but it can be boosted.
Right? It can happen and it should happen and it has to happen.
Yes.
Because we're losing all this methane into the atmosphere, which is hurting the atmosphere, but also we're losing a very, very, very resourceful huge resource into the atmosphere. So we've covered biogas, of how it works and what are some things that can solve the issue. You guys mentioned that you guys are actually working on it. And then there are some biogas plants that have been set up. And then you guys are planning to expand. Could you just share some light on that, on what is happening? And then what are some opportunities in the sector?
Thank you. I think this is like a big thing, a big issue actually for the timing. Even it's a current important issue raised by even Ethiopian Prime Minister. He already distributed the information for everyone on media, saying every institution has to install at least their own biogas digester to produce methane and to use it as an energy source for themselves. The importance of this is, one, they can use their own waste. For example, they can just connect with the septic tank and they can use their produce organic waste.
Absolutely.
The one that they are generating, And the other thing is, they can produce their own energy. They don't have to suffer with electricity or something like that, That's the most important thing. So now, I can say Ethiopia has enough amount of biogas digesters installed by NGOs. So these all biogas digesters are household biogas digesters or institutional. That's it.
They're already doing it? You said they have
the number is, if I can tell you the number, it's like high amount. From Africa, Ethiopia is number one.
How much?
Around 45,000.
45.
Yes, okay. It's a lot of biogas.
Absolutely. I mean, it's huge. It's not enough, but it's huge.
Yeah, among this, like 70% or something like this, not working or they are non-functional. Why? One is, when the NGO installed to the households or something like that, they didn't invest on it. The households are not taking the responsibility and accountability for it because they didn't invest it. So, and sometimes, NGO are also they're like installing, that's good. But maintenance, follow up, and giving the strong responsibility for everyone is also important. Like training the people to have skill knowledge. Not just knowledge, theoretical knowledge. They have to be skilled also. I know they train, but they don't follow. Because they didn't also invest on it, they don't care. Who cares? So, when you see the potential, I can even say, to change the organic waste generated from everyone, which is going to the landfill and polluting the environment, and changing that organic waste into biogas is the most important relief for the country and for the climate also. Now, if you see the potential, it's already mentioned that a lot of organic waste is generated from everyone and going to landfill. So, what if, for example, let's say there is one district around if one district can install like 30 meter cube biogas digester at the center, then they can distribute biogas to every household in the way of bag through the pipe, or it can be changed into cylinder also, compressed.
Yeah.
But the upgrading is there. You can upgrade the biogas and you can just compress it and sell it in
Absolutely.
cylinder. Everyone can buy it
And like
with a
your
cheap price.
cylinder gas over here.
Yes.
Oh my God. So
The other thing is they can also directly change into electricity.
yeah, electricity, the efficiency is lower compared to just burning it for food or stuff like that, right?
Yeah, I know, but still there are like people who can't get electricity here in Ethiopia. You can say Addis, but Addis if you go to out of Addis, there are a lot of people who are not getting electricity. What if we can install for one district, or like, for example, let's say, there are 30 residents living around. If you install one 10 meter cube biogas digester for them, they can use it as electricity or something like that, distributing the biogas.
So,
And the salary can be used for their farm.
So fun fact about Ethiopia that because we were having a discussion last night, Ethiopia is the second cheapest country for electricity, for consumption, provided by the grid in the world, right after Iran. So the first open country, the number one open country to the public for investment for using energy. But also Ethiopia is a country where 1 kilogram of LPG is 400 bir. It was 10,000 bir for 25 kilograms.
Yeah, it's around that.
So 400 bir. That's roughly $3.2 per kilogram of LPG. And generally LPG is like $1. So if you look at the LPG market and look at the production cost of methane, and then if you just try to compete with that, and even if you provide methane for half the price, it is a crazy amount of business.
It's a crazy amount. Yeah, it's a crazy compensation.
Absolutely. So like countries where gas is incredibly expensive, it makes 100% sense. But Ethiopia is also a country where there's roughly, I think, 60 million cows. You are a country of 130 million people. Might be a little disconnected, but it doesn't matter, because that it also means the amount of opportunities that there are. And it is such an open country. Honestly, I love it. And then I'm really excited to explore more of it next time I come.
I hope so.
Oh, no, inshallah. I will come.
Invite you to.
I am coming next.
Yeah.
But looking at, so we see that, okay, biogas is a very profitable business. We see how it's made. We can see the potential of coffee in the country as well. What else is there in Ethiopia that someone who is looking from a bird eye view from outside would want to be attracted to in Ethiopia?
That's also another part of the potential investment area in Ethiopia. Like, one is like product development. Like, there are a lot of natural resources here in Ethiopia. I can say, for example, production of detergent, production of perfume. I can say like agriculture is one of the important things, and manufacturing company and waste recycling. These are like the areas which are not touched yet.
Yeah.
So if you come, like, I think these are like, for example, if you want to recycle the waste, that's the base now. As a country, as like a hub of Africa also. So there's a lot of waste generation, which is a best resource now, which you can produce a lot of things, and you can even export it.
Absolutely, no.
And the other thing is, as I said, I mentioned before, that like you can also establish a manufacturing company. It can be textile, it can be detergent, it can be perfume, it can be food processing, for example. Even coffee is also one of the potential. If you see coffee you are drinking here, it's organic. It's not mixed with anything except with milk. That's called macchiato. But we don't have any processed coffee product here. but if you go to other African countries, they are like mixing with many things. That's like value adding.
Like what?
That's processing the coffee with the other things. For example, you can produce like, cappuccino, like for example, or instant coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Instant coffee is the easiest one. Even Kenya is producing that.
Yeah.
And there are many, like, you can like process a coffee, like mix it with the other things and produce, like, for example, snacks, coffee-based snacks. That's also one of...
No, one thing I'm going to go when I go back home is that I'm buying a freeze dryer and I'm going to make some instant coffee from the coffee beans that I bought.
Yeah. That's one of the greatest.
And,
generally, you can establish like a coffee processed products in general.
So I found that really inspiring because, not a sad, I don't know if it's a sad reality, but a reality here is that most of the people here earn less than $15 a month. So it was funny. Is it fine if I share this?
Yes.
Yeah. So yesterday we bought 2 kilograms of coffee, and it just came to me that historically coffee was traded as money. And 2 kilograms of coffee that I bought yesterday was worth more than what the average person in Ethiopia is earning. But if you look at the plus side, that also tells you that the supply of coffee that is here is crazy, first of all. And then if you want to work in coffee products, any kind of coffee products, you guys don't grow chocolate, but you have so many more different products that are related to coffee that can be mixed with coffee and then made as value-added products.
Yes. Yeah.
And if you can actually create a supply chain-based business where you expose the locals where the coffee is actually getting produced, the way they roast their coffee is nothing like I've seen anywhere in the world. You guys don't have those huge machines and like smelling it. No, they roast it on charcoal.
Yes.
And it tastes amazing. It tastes better than the espresso I have in any other specialty coffee shop around the world.
Yeah, that's what makes it organic.
Right. So using that as an essence, as a resource, and capitalizing over it, making a supply chain business where, let's say, I wanted to start an instant coffee business. I could just give a freeze dryer to someone in a rural area where coffee is produced. They would produce it. They would make the espresso out of it. They'll freeze dry it. They'd package it over there.
Sure.
And then that coffee would sell like 10 times more price than an espresso.
Sure.
Or a Nescafe instant coffee.
Yes.
So that is so beautiful. And then we bought these little sachets of like 20 grams of coffee with 20 beer. Like that was crazy. And 20 beer might be like expensive because we bought it inside Admas. But if you go to a rural area, it would be even cheaper.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
Logistics over here is not cheap.
Yes, of course. Yeah, it's not cheap. It comes like from 400 to 500 kilometers away from Addis. Most of like coffee growing areas.
If I go to the very rural areas, and I thought if I go to a farmer, let's say your dad had like 100 coffee trees.
Yeah.
How much would a kilogram of coffee would he be selling for?
Now I can tell you the right. Actually, it depends, and it's also different from area to one area to the other area. Actually, so. For example, I can say there is this Sidama region, the most high coffee growing area, Jimma, Gambella, Harari, if you remember, she was telling yesterday. And there is also one Wambara Bunna, which is actually high specialty coffee again. And these are like the most like prominent area which grows coffee in huge amount. I can say like it's a big, maybe 100 hectare, like even more than that. So every householders have their own coffee growing places. So they're growing it. So when I come to the price, now from the source, you can buy around 700 to 800.
It still costs 700.
Yes.
How much?
Sometimes during the coffee producing time, there is a time, it's a seasonal.
Yeah.
Now it's coming on October to January or something like that.
So in season, how much would it cost?
During that time, it's like a peak hour of coffee production, right?
So it should be cheaper.
So you will get in cheap price.
So how much?
Around 400 per kg.
Wow. So if a local over there
Yes, in
is
local.
selling for 400,
Yes.
so he's probably
350
making.
to 400 maximum. Now it may be like 500
Oh.
next year.
But if I like buy 100 kilograms, it should be for 400-ish, right?
400, yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
So if I buy for 400 and I'm roasting it with barely any cost because I'm using local firewood and everything, and they can make espresso out of it, again, zero cost.
Yes.
And then freeze dry it, which of course does have a cost, and then make that espresso powder. And if you have that,
even the dripple, like the one that the extraction coffee, like the filter coffee. Now they're like starting in different cafeterias actually.
No, but that's liquid,
not that
right?
much.
What I'm trying to say is, like, instead of just making powder, you make instant coffee.
Yes.
And then package those and then sell that. So it would definitely sell for like 5,000 per kilogram now, rather than what you were already selling for.
Yeah.
That's so many opportunities here. It's
a lot,
crazy.
Frankly speaking, like so many opportunities. So I think if you want to invest, if anybody want to invest on this, like processing, coffee processing, food processing also, frankly speaking, because we have a lot of like wheats now. Barley is growing, sunflower.
Yeah. And so much teff.
And like crop teff.
So many alternate products for us and gluten-free for teff.
Teff is like organic and it's like indigenous. And there are also many indigenous plants which you can produce like detergents, medicinal products. And so Ethiopia is like full of this indigenous resource. So you can invest and we can just share the ideas and it's easy. You know, for example, I'm from rural area. I know like many indigenous knowledge from there. Then I can just extract from my family and I can bring it and it's just making it advance in modernization, you know, changing it to modern technology.
Absolutely.
Investing on it and producing it in large scale.
Absolutely. But hopefully focusing more on environment friendly products and decarbonization focused products, because even looking at the land mass over here, that the availability of water, there's so many things here. There's bamboo plantation that can happen. There's like forest plantation that should happen, especially the Green Legacy program. If you could just discuss that for like 2 minutes, or what is the Green Legacy? Because so many people still don't know about it.
Yeah, thank you. I think this is a right time also to talk about
because it's happening in 2 days. It's happening in 2 days.
It's happening coming Thursday actually in mass. Everyone is like going out and planting the trees. So this is the most, I can say that the most interesting issue which Ethiopia is doing now, and actually teaching the world to grow, to plant a lot of trees on their environment to reduce the carbon emission and the pollution, and at least to balance the climate change. So Ethiopia started, I think, before 6 years, during the Prime Minister Abiy, Dr. Abiy time. He started actually. This is his initiative. So Green Legacy is just, it's a planting tree. It's a planting tree by, you know, collaborating every citizens. And also the foreigners who are living here. And also teaching to the world how to plant, how can we increase forest, and how can we decrease deforestation, and how can every bar land can get the plant and suck carbon dioxide, which we are generating from industry and from ourselves actually. So this is a big initiative which reduces a lot of carbon emission, which balances the climate change, which brings a clean environment for everyone.
Absolutely.
So that's a big initiative for Africa, for the world also. So that's how we are like a part of, everyone is a part of it. Everyone, from childhood to the...
Are you going to be planting?
I'm going to plant. Yeah, actually I usually plant. If I tell you my growing area, it's called Awi zone. It's this is like a special ethnic group. It's Ago. So they're planting a lot of trees there. If you go there, you will see like everything's green.
Really?
Yeah, everything is
Do
green.
send you pictures.
I will send you pictures. I have some pictures. And when I was, basic student, during the summer, during the break time, I went back to my family. I planted like more than 8,000, 10,000 trees per year at least. Then they will grow in 4 years or something like that. You can get a lot of trees and like everything becomes green and, everyone is involved. Every household is there, like their land is like rounded by all the trees.
Wow.
You can get also all types of species actually. So that's how I grew up. So I am really into planting trees and I will plant and maybe I'm just planning to plant more than 5,000 or 10,000 if I get the chance.
Inshallah.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for Ethiopia. I love how Ethiopia is leading the world with tree plantation and actually setting examples, setting world records. A lot of people don't know, but Ethiopia holds the biggest record for plantation in a day in a country.
Yeah.
And again, it's really inspiring to see. That's really why. So the fact that I had to change my whole itinerary from East Asia to Africa just because of Green Legacy is, for me, even it's crazy, and how it just put me here. I'm so happy I came to Africa instead.
Thank you.
And then meeting people like you, so many people are doing so much work. Again, it's really inspiring. And I'm really excited that Trillion Trees can play a part in commercialization with so many companies over here, with making a profit while actually helping the environment. So that's my mission. And I really hope that maybe I can be successful, but people in the process, a lot of people in the process can benefit from this. So I'm personally motivated and really excited for this. And I hope to see Ethiopia grow even more. Definitely more prosperity over here.
Yeah.
And more power to you guys.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for your time. And again, really excited for everything that's happening. And there's so much to do.
Thank you very much, Saad. I'm really happy to meet you, actually. You are like the most genius young person who have like this big vision and actually are doing it. It's a trillion tree. That's also a very big word, by the way. So that it will be like a big company coming soon. So I hope we will make it happen, and I'm 100% will make it success.
Inshallah.
And we'll partnership in every sector, and we'll work together, I hope, as a young and change makers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No,
Thank you very
definitely. I'm
much.
really excited. And thank you for your time.
Thank you, bro.
Awesome.